Another family court myth is parents' rights and child's rights are in conflict in
Right,
divorce.
and that's absolutely not true. The Supreme Court has said that the state must presume that the rights of the parent and the rights of the child coincide until the adjudication phase. That means until the state has proven something against a parent. Right? They must presume that you are fit. They must presume that you are acting in your child's best interest. They don't have a choice about this legally and constitutionally. Now, they're going to do everything they can to avoid it, but they don't have this option. Your rights, your child is protected by you having rights. They benefit from you having rights. They benefit from being in your care, custody, and control. They are harmed when the state gets involved and starts screwing with things.
Right. And if they were in such conflict and that was something that the state courts could step into, then why do, let's say, Brokaw versus Mercer, that's on page 11
out of our book on the side. We put things on the side, as you can see. We take quotes out of cases. This is the book, by the way.
Quotes out of cases that are important to the content that's on the page. And so if it was true that parents and children's rights were in conflict and the parent no longer then had any rights and the court could just sweep it away, then why did Brokaw versus Mercer County in 2000, U.S. Court of Appeals 7th Circuit, say that the courts were not allowed to interfere until they have proven, until the state proves parental unfitness? Right? They didn't say until the parents go through divorce, did they?
Right. So it's very essential that you realize that the court, they make these presumptions. They're not allowed to make them.
Right. The attorneys are just worried because they think that you're going to be punished more if you, or they tell you you're going to be punished more if you inflame the judge, or if the judge gets upset at you raising your rights. And like Ron said earlier, it's not that you're going to be punished more, because they're already going to put you through these things if you don't like the idea that you're non-primary. It's that the attorneys get punished. The attorneys, they talk about them behind chambers when they're back there going, what the hell's wrong with you? Why would you do this? Why aren't you just, letting us go through the status quo process? So they get mad at the attorneys.
And the judges treat them differently when they come before them. They make them more difficult for them.
Yeah. I actually heard one attorney, actually it was an amicus, talking to the attorney that was representing the parent that was using our arguments. And that attorney actually tried to stroke the attorney's ego, while at the same time telling that attorney, I figured you just didn't, you just came on the case. And that's what I thought. With your good reputation, I figured you would never have filed something like this in this way, that you didn't understand all the details of the case. So she tried to make the attorney feel like, tried to give him an out to say, yeah, you're right, we shouldn't have filed all of that stuff in the motion. What was I thinking, right? When really it was this amicus didn't want to be off the case, because when the rights are protected, guess what? An amicus can't come in and do exploratory searches. There goes the attorney welfare.
Yeah, an amicus is nothing but welfare for attorneys.
Yeah, Ron calls amicus attorney welfare because
they don't have to do anything. They're not accountable. The client, the parents, can't even contest the bill or any part of the bill.
In fact, they duplicate everything the other attorneys are doing, and then more. And then they charge you an unlimited amount. They just go and go and go.
We're working with a client right now that spent $100,000 last year.
For 6 months of an amicus on it, for 6 months. What did the same? I guarantee you it didn't change a thing.
The parents going through that have children that make minimum wage aren't forced to have an amicus. They get the same outcomes.
Yeah. So these are parents that are wealthier, that the courts know can afford to do it, but they shouldn't have to afford it. And they are driving.
It's extortion for daring to get divorced. How dare you get divorced when you have children? We're going to make you pay.
And they are driving even wealthy parents into bankruptcy. So that's all the time we have to go through some of these. Well, I will mention one more. Why do the courts appoint these other than just the money? They believe experts and professionals can make better decisions for the child than the parents going through divorce, because that goes back to parents in divorce aren't putting the best interest of the child first.
And it also works to protect the judges. The judges don't want to be seen as the bad guy. They want the absolute power, don't get me wrong. They're not about to give that up without a fight, but they don't want the accountability. They don't like accountability at all, right? So if they have to make the decision, they're accountable for that decision as much as they're held accountable. They have absolute immunity from anything they do, so you can't really punish them in any way. But they have accountability. If they can appoint an amicus, if they can appoint psychologists to look into things and those conditions, then they can pass off the guilt of what they're doing onto those third parties who are more than happy to do it for a fee, right? And so it's really all about the judge and protecting the judge and making the judge feel better.
Thank you for watching, and if you found this video valuable, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and then go on to the next video about family court myths. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video valuable, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and then go on to the next video about family court myths. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video valuable, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and then go on to the next video about family court myths.